This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at Raynham Boxing Club here. I'm joined by 15-year-old amateur boxer Alfie Cooper. How are you, mate?
Good.
Good. Now, you just had your first ever amateur bout. I was about to say professional there. Let's not run before we can walk. Your dad sent me the footage of it. It looks very impressive. How did it feel being in there?
It felt very good. It's something that I've always wanted to do from a little boy, and it was very good to get in there and get my first fight, get my first win.
It's been. It seems like it's been a long time coming. Has it felt like that for you, that you've had to wait a while to have your first amateur fight?
Yeah, definitely. I've been wanting it ever since I was a little boy, since the first interview I'd done with you at Repton, and never really just went together. And since I've been here, since July, it's gone great. Everything's been great, really good. And it was a relief to get in there for my first fight.
You just obviously reminded me that interview we did with a few of your cousins. I think there was about 4 or 5 of you sat on the bench there, and that was quite a few years ago. So what's happened in that time over the last sort of 2 or 3 years?
Recently I went to Pinewood, and I was doing a bit of training there, and again I could never give up my food. I was always a foodie, so I stopped, and then I come back in July, and I've dropped loads of weight, and it's going good.
I hope you don't mind me saying, but obviously 2 or 3 years ago you was a lot heavier than what you are now, so to kind of put that determination in and to kind of get to you looking in very good shape now, so that must have been obviously difficult, but it's been worth it.
Yeah, definitely. It was a long road, but it was good. It's good. I don't know how to say.
Let's talk about your fight the other day then. So, did you know much about your opponent you were fighting before?
No, I didn't know nothing about him. I didn't even know his name, but just got in there and done what I had to do.
I see the video, and what I kept seeing was your dad jumping up in the air after you stopped him.
Yeah, I know. Dad is a very emotional person when he's watching our fights.
He's a very emotional person anyway. I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying now, but your dad's a very emotional kind of man anyway. Obviously, listen, you've got brothers who box, obviously you've got cousins, Joe Cooper, so you're just a fighting family in general.
Yeah, definitely. It's in the breed, it's in the blood of us. For years and years, all of us have been boxers. My grandfather, my ancestors are all boxers. So yeah, definitely, it runs in the breed.
It definitely does. So talk to me about some of the fighters that you look up to, like the professional fighters. You might take inspiration from some of them. Who do you like to watch?
Tyson Fury is a big inspiration from where he come from. Big inspiration. My cousin Billy Joe Saunders, he's a big inspiration to me. So fighters like that, big inspiration to me.
Say Tyson Fury, the #1 heavyweight in the world?
Without a doubt, definitely. He's an animal. From where he's come from back in 2017, and where he's at now, it's phenomenal.
Well, when you look at pictures of Tyson Fury 3 or 4 years ago, and you see how big he was and kind of where he is now, anyone can take inspiration from that.
Definitely. As a man, there's no one else could ever do that, what that man's done. Where he's come from where he's mental illness, and that weight looks like 10, 11 stone in a matter of no time, and then fighting for a world title in a year later. Man's a joke. He's the #1, if not the best heavyweight ever lived.
Right, let me ask your opinion then. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, what happens?
Be a good fight because, he's a very good operator, Usyk. But I think the size will definitely play, and the movement from Tyson Fury. The way he moves for a big man, the speed of him. I don't think there's any heavyweight beating him for a long time.
And obviously the fight that we still want to see is the Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight. We know, obviously, Joshua lost to Usyk a little while ago, but that's the fight that, just as boxing fans, we want to see.
Yeah, definitely. The all-down British showdown will be very good. But I don't think AJ will be able to put up with Tyson.
Alfie, you're 15 years old, you've had your first bout. When's your next bout, mate?
19th of December, back on the Rose Hill show.
Back on it again, so hopefully, God willing, by Christmas you'll be a 2-0 amateur.
Yes, God willing, yeah, all goes well.
So if there's any promoters watching out there, keep an eye on you now, basically.
Yeah, keep your eyes out for me, I'm coming.
All right, no problem. We're at the Raynham Boxing Club. Your dad was telling me this club's only been here a year. Obviously, it's very busy, and they look like they've done very well here.
Yeah, definitely. We had 5 national champions, 5 schoolboy champions. We had 1 junior ABA champion, and we had 1 youth champion just a week ago. the club's done a lot from where it's just come from. Just a year. You know, it's done a lot.
Do you ever spar any of your brothers?
I've sparred with my brothers all my life. Joe Cooper, Mark Cooper, all of them. Spar. That's what it is. I've been brung up sparring. People play football when they was young. We used to chuck the gloves on.
I think your dad's looking at me like he wants to spar with me in a minute, but I'm not. I ain't up for it tonight. I forgot my gloves, Mark. I forgot my gloves. Well, listen, Alfie, we'll follow your journey, obviously, from now. Congratulations on your win. Like I said, your dad sent it to me. Looked very good for your first bout. So, on to the next one.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the interview.